All right, today we're gonna talk about Paul Renner, whatever that his name is, right? So this is Paul Renner right here, right? And he's the guy going for trying to go for Florida governor, right? So he's doing. Let me see, where's his face? This is the guy right here. This is him. This fucking clown. Okay, listen. If you live in Florida and you're not a boomer, you're not a freaking damn 80-year-old boomer. Do not vote for Paul Renner. Do not vote for this guy. He will destroy your state. He runs under the guise of freedom of speech, freedom of this, blah, 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 Christian, lucky husband. Like, shut the fuck up. Listen, man. Republicans are done for. Do not let Florida fall into Republican hands, man. This is the same guy. This is the same guy. Keep in mind, though. He's your average, slimy politician, old white guy, right? He was a lawyer. Who the fuck trusts lawyers? A lawyer and a politician? Man, that is the worst. You do not want a lawyer, politician governing you, especially if you're a young youth. What are you doing? Your times are up, guys. Baby boomers, y'all are done, dude. Y'all fucked this country up so bad. So bad. Everything. All the sacrifices that Americans made to give us the freedoms we have, they're taking it away just like that. Just like that. So anyways, let's get into the video, right? So this happened, around February, a while back, right? So what happened was, so let me read it off. So this is his reply, okay? And it's very concerning. I'll tell you why. Okay? Students hit by vehicle during anti-ICE protest walkout at Palm Beach Lake High School in West Palm Beach, Florida. Okay. Incident is under investigation. Okay. Hundreds of students protested across Palm Beach County. Okay. So this is reply. So it's basically, they walked out, expressing their freedom of, expression, right? Walk out and they get hit, right? One of them gets hit by a car. And this is his reply. Same day, same reply, right? This is what happens when school officials turn classrooms into political staging grounds. Really? Schools exist to educate and protect students, not to facilitate activism that puts them in harm's way. Stacy is right to demand accountability. Wow. What a way to turn this into, to benefit you. Your little political messages. Wow. And, a day before, this is what he did. This is what he posted. This is a day before. All right. He says, service above self. That's the mission. Some so-called politicians aren't in this for Florida, but for self-advancement. Man, shut the up, bro. A day later, he just literally turned this into a little political thing. This is bad. Is this who you want to run your state? You kidding me? This old white lawyer politician? And he's a racist too. 100% he's a racist. It's not alleged. He's a racist. Check his Twitter. That's the next video. This man hates brown people. He does. He hates Muslims. He hates them. For what reason? I don't know. When is he going to turn anti-Semitic? Maybe years to come, right? This is the guy. He's proud to be, he's proud. And this is dangerous, man. This is dangerous. These guys been, spouting the Constitution, freedom, blah, blah, blah. The left is taking this away. The left is taking that away, right? Now, this reply, frames student protests like it's the problem, right? Instead of like actual, tragedy, right? So in America, public school students still have First Amendment rights. Yeah, whether you like it or not. Sorry, bro, this is America. And the Supreme Court, made this clear that students do not lose their freedom of speech just because they walk into a school building. This is still America. You don't like it, get the fuck out. Right? So when someone says schools should not facilitate activism, right? What they're really, suggesting is that schools should treat political expression as illegitimate. So this is anti-freedom thinking. This is fascist thinking. Schools absolutely have, a duty to, protect students. But safety is not supposed to become like an excuse to shut down speech just because the message is political, controversial, or unpopular. And it's not even unpopular. You know what I mean? This is a popular freaking, nobody likes ICE, bro. What ICE is doing is pure fascism. This is crazy. This is insanity. And it doesn't just stop at, illegal immigrants. They're targeting immigrants, targeting everyone. And you know what? They're going to come for MAGA next. You'll see. They're going to come for MAGA next, and nobody's going to be there to support them. So, So if you accept the logic that, any student walkout, any anti-war protest, any civil rights demonstration, any speech that the government dislikes can be brushed aside by saying, guys, it's too political or it's unsafe. So you know what I mean? This is how freedom or rights just get narrowed, right? They start small. Right? So it's not always by, banning speech, just straight outright, right? But by treating, certain viewpoints like they should never be allowed in the first place. That's what he's doing. He supports it. He loves it. He's literally running on this. It's crazy. Bro, do you not see the writing on the wall? MAGA is done. The right is done. In 3-4 years, you guys, nobody will ever vote for you guys. Ever. Zero. Whether you like it or not, man, we can have Bernie and AOC. People are sick of this bullshit. I don't know, man. It's just a dangerous reply, man, for a dude running for governor in Florida, bro. Where are Cubanas at, man? What is this? You're like this. Do not vote for this guy ever. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Trash him. Get him out. Crazy. I know, kind of like to the party for this, right? But after, I've been seeing a lot of posts on, on this guy, right? A lot of posts. He's a hateful guy. He's a hateful little man. It makes it worse. He's like 2026. He's still pro MAGA. And I've looked through his, I went through his X post, right? I mean, he didn't start off like this. You know what I mean? He didn't start off like this. So maybe his true side is coming out. Good. Paul, post what you believe. If you believe this, if this is what you believe, 100% post it. Please expose yourself. Stand on business, as they say. You know what I mean? Stand on business. If this is your viewpoint on everybody, on everything, stand on it, bro. I mean, I've been looking through your post. Hateful, disgusting, despicable, nasty. And you're not going to win. 100%. You're not going to win. Crazy, man.